The Mizutsune armor set Enhanced Bubbleblight is super synergistic with dual blades. With the armor set, just by rolling 3 times, you'll be able to trigger minor Bubbleblight on yourself, and it will last for 30 seconds. With the 4-piece set bonus, Bubbleblight will then grant you 2 levels of evade window. And the more evade window that we have, the easier it is to trigger our demon dodge boost, which grants us a substantial damage buff. Combine this with the exclusive weapon skills from the Mizutsune weapon tree, which grants us 21 affinity, and we're in for a very good time. It also helps that the weapon itself comes with 1 additional level of crit element to make use of the high crit that this build will be able to do. The Mizutsune dual blades have a couple of great qualities to them. It has a pretty good raw attack and element stat line, 15% affinity, which is very good, and a substantial amount of white sharpness. It is an amazing weapon and it looks aesthetically pleasing to boot. I am a little bit annoyed that without the Mizutsune armor set, this weapon is straight up missing a skill, but that's probably a balancing factor. If the water dual blade had a generally good skill, players may not be as incentivized to build the Mizutsune armor set, and they'll be missing out on trying out new skills like Bubbleblight. But now that the ecosystem does encourage building armor sets to get the full potential of weapons, it is more fun in terms of forcing people to play it with new armor sets, but at the same time, it's like maybe having some form of Bubbleblight as the 2-piece armor set bonus would be nice too, so then you can still use this weapon with a different type of armor combination setup. That would have been nice, but hey, it is what it is. With that said, the Mizutsune armor set combined with this weapon is competitive, if not one of the best options for dealing damage against water weak enemies. And I probably wagered that the upcoming monsters in the other title updates will bring forth the same level of power for each element specifically. At maximum efficiency, the build that we're going to be using today will boost our raw attack damage by 67, our element damage by 130, and 89% affinity when hitting wounds. That can be boosted to 98% if your character is wet, but being wet in and of itself is not consistent enough for me to really calculate that into anything. It's just a nice bonus to make sure that you essentially have almost 100% crit. And thanks to the enhanced Bubbleblight and a bunch of other armor skills that are innate to the Mizutsune armor set, you're going to get a butt ton of stamina management and evasion boosting skills. If comparing this to my optimal dual blade build that I released a couple weeks back, link on the top right of the screen and in the description below, sure, the raw damage that you'll get is not as high, but the element damage you're going to get is going to be much more. And to top it off, Frenzy is not the easiest to manage at times, especially when fighting a new monster who might be more aggressive, but Bubbleblight is super easy to trigger. It makes for a much more comfortable playstyle, and besides, the Mizutsune dual blades are just sick to use anyways, so why would you not do it? With that said, thanks to the Mizutsune armor piece and the soon-to-be released arc-tempered Raidal armor sets, I can see some generalist elemental builds being very fun for dual blades and very, very strong. If you're interested in that, you should definitely hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. With this current build though, we're going to be using the Jin Dahad Helmet Alpha, the Mizutsune Chest Alpha, the Mizutsune Gloves Beta, the Mizutsune Waist Beta, and the Mizutsune Pants Beta. As for the decorations, I'll leave those on screen as I talk about the skills. Also to note, this armor set can be enhanced once we gain access to certain pieces of the arc-tempered Raidal armor set, and we can go over this after we talk about all the armor skills that we'll gain access to with this armor set. First up is a skill that the Mizutsune armor set already innately has a lot of points in, and that is Burst level 5. Burst is extremely efficient at level 1, but level 2, 3, and 4, not as impressive. However, if you're going for an elemental build, level 5 Burst grants you a very substantial amount of element damage, which is perfect because this armor set in general is going to be used with the Mizutsune weapon anyways. At level 5, Burst grants 18 raw attack and 120 element attack. Next up, with the help of a level 2 charm, we're going to be able to slot in level 5 weakness exploit. This is important because the Mizutsune weapon already has an innate critical element in it, and we can get a pretty high affinity just thanks to the weapon and its interaction with Bubbleblight. 30% extra affinity when hitting weak points is really nice. When hitting wounds, we go up to 50%. I've seen some of this in the comments, but maximum might is extremely hard to use on dual blades due to us constantly dipping in and out of demon mode, meaning we're never gonna really have full stamina all the time. Which is a shame, but that also makes weakness exploit a lot more valuable for dual blades. Innately, the Mizutsune armor set will also give us 1 level of evade extender, making it so our rolls go just a little bit further. We'll also get 2 levels of evade window, granting our dodges more iframes, and this can stack with Bubbleblight, which essentially grants us level 4 evade window. And to top off our evasion/stamina management skills, we're going to be getting 3 levels of constitution for free. The last 2 innate armor skills we'll get before slotting in anything else is going to be Alluring Pelt, which is nice for a dodge heavy build that we want anyways. It essentially makes us draw more aggro, giving us way more opportunities to dodge and get that demon dodge boost. And lastly, we're going to get 1 level of Agitator, which gives us 4 raw attack and 3% affinity. Admittedly, it is very minor, but this helmet, the Jin Dahad Helmet Alpha, is just a placeholder for the Radal Helmet Gamma. By swapping in this helmet, we'll be able to replace that one level of Agitator for something much better for the Mizutsune build, which is one level of Adrenaline Rush. Adrenaline Rush is another skill that is super efficient at level 1, granting us 10 raw attack whenever we dodge any attack for 30 seconds. With an effective level 4 evade window and the increased aggro, this skill is going to be so easy to trigger. Another thing to note is by swapping this helmet to the Arc-Tempered Radal helmet will also grant us 1 level of maximum might and 1 level of stamina surge. As mentioned earlier, we can't really make great use of maximum might, so it's nice to have, but we're not really going to be interacting with it too much, but that stamina surge is just extra nice for making your life a lot easier with this build. It makes it the true comfort build that still packs quite a punch. Because we already have a high amount of constitution, we're going to be slotting in 3 levels of Marathon Runner, a great skill for dual blades and demon mode itself. And for the last level 2 slot that we have open, we're going to be using level 2 Coalescence. If you would like, Stamina Surge is also great here, but with the Radal armor set, we're already going to be getting a level with that. At level 1, Coalescence will grant us 5% of our base element attack as bonus element attack. This will also get triggered whenever Bubbleblight wears off. Before we continue, question for you all. Do you like the way that the weapon and armor sets are being designed? I kinda wish that the Bubbleblight could have been a 2-piece armor set to make it more flexible, so that way you can use the Mizutsune weapons in more variety of builds, but like I mentioned earlier, I can understand why they're doing it this way, and I can see new monsters like the Zinogre or even the Lagiacrus following the same route of having a 4-piece armor set that the weapon works really well with. Anyways, what are your thoughts on it? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're down there, support your boy by hitting that like button and subscribe for more Monster Hunter Wilds content. Thanks. Also, if you're looking for a squad to play with, my community squad's squad ID will be on screen right now and in the description below. For the Mizutsune weapon decoration slot, this is what we'll be going with. Due to the weapons is already high sharpness, we're going to be slotting in the level 3 Stream Jewel with 1 level of crit element, giving us a total of level 2 crit element. And then for the last 2 slot and 1 slot deco, we're going to do Crit Boost 2 and Crit Boost 1 for 3 total levels of Crit Boost. Crit Boost is just really good, especially if you have very high crit. Anything more than 65% and Crit Boost 3 will already be doing a lot of work. If you're looking for alternatives to your level 3 deco slot, consider using level 3 Razor Sharp with 1 level of water attack. And as a final alternative option, you could go for Crit Boost level 5 with a 3 slot and a 2 slot Crit Boost deco, and then 1 slot of Crit Element deco. The damage is pretty comparable though, and I didn't have a level 3 water attack plus 1 Crit Element jewel to test, but I think that might edge out in damage just a little bit. With just level 1 Crit Element and level 3 Crit Boost, I was getting 131 damage on the training dummy, but with level 5 Crit Boost and level 2 Crit Element, I was doing just above 132 damage. In terms of water dual blades, this is probably one of the best builds in the game right now, and it will only get better once we get that Arc-Tempered Radal helmet. And honestly, I'm pretty excited about trying out more generalist elemental builds as we get more title updates. Even with this title update alone, I see a lot of potential with the Mizutsune armor pieces combined with all the other degenerate stuff that we have already, like the Gormagala set, but I'm gonna need to do a little bit more testing on that before I post anything. But anyways, go out there, spam your dodge rolls, get that Bubbleblight, and tear through enemies with your high crit rate and also high elemental damage. Whenever Arc-Tempered New Udra comes out, he's gonna get cooked, or more accurately, be sliced up into octopus sushi. Thanks for watching, hope you had a great time. For more fun builds, check out this video on screen right now. My name is Varsona, and I'll see you in the next video.